Hey guys, Supersonic123 aka John here. Welcome to episode number 12 of the Milan career mode. Uh, first game of today's episode, we take on Fiorentina at home at the San Siro in Serie A. On the back of that big episode yesterday in which we drew against Napoli and beat Lazio in those two massive games in the league, to keep us more or less well in the title race anyway. Currently, it's looking more like a three-horse race between us, Roma, and Juventus. So we kind of more or less knocked Napoli out of the title race. But anyway, we've come to take on Fiorentina, currently sitting in mid-table in the Serie A, looking to extend our unbeaten run. For the first of this game, Carlos Bacca would find Pellegrini, and he would slide the ball into side towards Luca Antonelli, the left back, getting forward, but his shot would go over the bar and out so he wouldn't be able to break the deadlock here. He kind of scuffed his shot a little bit there, Antonelli, and it went over the bar. No trouble really for the Fiorentina goalkeeper, Tatarashanu. But following that, Fiorentina would come forward, Ilicic into Bernardeschi, who would find his teammate there, whose shot was a bit of a stinger, but it would be no problem for Gianluigi Donnarumma, who would tip the ball over the bar for a Fiorentina corner, as the young goalkeeper saves that effort, and that would be the last chance of the first half. It would be Milan 0, Fiorentina 0 at half time. Into the second half then, Ilicic for Fiorentina would chip the ball forward towards Bernardeschi, who would shoot, but it would go wide of the post, no trouble for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Then Bertolacci off the bench would play in Belotti also off the bench, who would run, shoot, and blast the ball over the bar to prevent us taking the lead here. As the two subs link up, Belotti, the former Torino man, bear down on goal, but the 22-year-old blasts a shot wide of the post. He beats Tatarashanu, the Romanian goalkeeper, but is unable to beat the post. And then we get a free kick here to be taken by Giacomo Bonaventura, who'd have the goal from 23 yards out, but our left winger would fire the ball over the bar. Well, would not fire either, but it would finish Milan 0, Fiorentina 0. After the game, Kazuki Honda comes to us saying he's unhappy with the amount of squad attention he's getting, if you will, because he is currently a bit of a backup for Suso on the right wing. He's not even getting on the bench, as I'm putting Pino on the bench, as of course we want to develop him as a player, and so I'm playing him as much as possible in order to make that a reality. But anyway, for the second game of today's episode, we take on Sassuolo away from home in Serie A, following that draw against Fiorentina. And we're now unbeaten in 9 games following that Fiorentina match, and we're looking to extend on here against Sassuolo, looking to come back with a victory after 2 from 3 games coming into this one. Anyway, for a first half of the game, Suso would turn his opponent here, turn inside, cut inside, left foot shot, very soft to be saved easily by Consigli, the Sassuolo goalkeeper. But Sassuolo will get a chance here as De Frel comes forward, tries to advance on Matteo De Sciglio, gets tackled, goes down, wins a penalty off Matteo De Sciglio, and I was furious with this decision. Good look at this tackle from De Sciglio. He quite clearly gets the ball. I mean, I think that's very unfair. That's a very harsh penalty. In no way is that penalty, in my opinion, but it was given, and Domenico Berardi would step up and beat Gianluigi Donnarumma. He sends him the wrong way, and the young winger Domenico Berardi would blast Sassuolo 1-0 in front after just 15 minutes, as we fall behind to that penalty. Donnarumma doing his best Bruce Grobbelaar impression with the wobbly legs, but he unfortunately was sent the wrong way by I think he's like 20 years old, Domenico Berardi, 2021. Anyway, it would be Sassuolo 1, Milan 0 at half-time. Into the second half then, we would look for an equaliser here with Pellegrini advancing forward past the Sassuolo midfield. He'd get tackled, but Bacca would pick up the loose ball, shoot, but it would be saved by Consigli as we fail to equalise. And then Sassuolo would attempt to double their lead here with Nisiroli, I think that is, playing in De Frel, the man who won the penalty, but his shot would be blocked by De Sciglio, who gave away the penalty, and go behind for a corner. Then here, Locatelli would find Kuchka, who would eventually find Suso, who gets pulled back, dragged down to the ground. A penalty is given, so second penalty of this game, and we would have the chance to equalise finally with 10 minutes to go in this game, as that's definitely a penalty. Suso is clearly having his shirt tugged by the number 55. Blatant penalty in my opinion. I would normally take with Bacca, but I just subbed him off at that point. So Belotti was set to take it, and he would stroke the ball calmly into the back net past Concealy, who would keep his cool from 12 yards, and the 22-year-old summer signing from Torino would equalise for Milan to make it Sassuolo 1, Milan 1, as we thankfully are able to equalise here. Good finish from Belotti. Not as powerful as Berardi's penalty, but he doesn't stand concede the wrong way because he just doesn't move. So into the 90th minute, Bonaventura will cut inside into his right foot here as he attempts to find a winner. He will play an Andrea Bertolacci off the bench, and Bertolacci with the right foot shot will find the bottom corner. So we get a last minute winner here away at Sassuolo. We come back from 1-0 down to win 2-1 following 2 late goals. Kind of sounds similar to that Man United Middlesbrough game the other day, because I kind of watched it because I support Man United. Anyway, the two subs scoring, Belotti and Bertolacci, the number 19 and the number 91. Bertolacci's got a couple of goals recently. He scored a thumper a couple episodes ago, and he scored this. It's his 2 goals this season. Not bad for a midfielder who doesn't even start, but it would finish Sassuolo 1, Milan 2. So thankfully, following a disappointing draw against Fiorentina, where I was just frustrated the whole game because I couldn't break down the defence. Well, this game I was frustrated for the 85 minutes or 80 minutes or however long it was before he scored, because again, I couldn't break down our defence. So anyway, we got a Youth Squad monthly report here, and Valerio Mancini is catching my attention. 63 overall, 15 years old. Now, I wanted to give him a contract because 63 is quite high, but he's only 15. I have to wait until he turns 16. We do also lose that guy, and Valerio Costa also looks like a half-decent option. But keep your eye on that Mancini fellow, because to be 63 overall at 15 years old means he's probably a serious player, not going to lie. And we also get our scouting updates from Greece and from Italy as well. We signed this guy. I don't think we signed any other. I think we continue scouting Davide Costa, and we reject all the other guys. And also Marvin Stefaniak comes in and thanks us for the increased game time he was given. He's not going to be getting much at the end of the season, barring more injuries, because the only reason I started putting him in the team is because Bonaventura sprained his ankle, was out for 4 weeks, and he was only playing because Niang ruptured his ACL, or done his ACL, or whatever you want to call it. And was out for 4 months, and it still is only 2.5 months or so on the treatment table. Anyway, for the third and final game of today's episode, we would take on Chievo Verona in the San Siro in Serie A up before we go away to face Juventus in the next episode. That game's going to be live, and you'll see that later. But you saw the league table there. Us, Juventus, and Roma are so close right now. We are the 3 realistic contenders for the Serie A title, and I will not give up. In fact, you'll see at the end of this episode why this game against Juventus is so crucial, and probably the biggest game of our season so far. Probably the biggest game we will have, except possibly when we face Roma later in the season. But that's not for a while. Anyway, in this game against Chievo Verona here, Bonaventura would slide in Kuchka, who would take it past the defence, shoot, but it would be saved by the Chievo Verona goalkeeper and cleared away as we failed to break the deadlock, and it would be Milan 0, Chievo Verona 0 at half-time. Then to the second half, Chilio would play the ball inside towards Locatelli, who would find Belotti. Belotti would spread the ball wide to Kuchka into Ignazio Abate, and he would get tripped over by the Chievo Verona defender and give away a penalty. So 3 penalties in this episode. 1 for Sassuolo in the last game, and 2 for us, Milan. Both of taken by Andrea Belotti. I started Belotti in this game ahead of Bacca because he got that late equaliser against Sassuolo, so I felt it was only fair to start him in the next game. And he repaid, I think, by blasting the ball into the bottom corner to give us a lead here at the San Siro against Chievo Verona, as we try and get a second win in a row, and also potentially to extend our winning run to 11 games. Something crazy like that. I don't know. It's only 6 or 7 last episode. Yeah, this would be 11 games if we manage to not flip up and lose our lead. But anyway, I was more powerful effort than the penalty against Sassuolo. Again, the keeper doesn't move, but it just fires it into the bottom left corner, and my manager's obviously very happy with that, as Andrea Belotti gets his 7th, I believe that says, goal in Serie A. Again, I mention this a lot. I'm not sure if you guys even take notice of it, but when I record my voiceover, I have to look at a small little screen by doing it. I can't do it on full screen, which is annoying. But anyway, look at this. From Hetamai, blast the ball into the top corner to equalise for Chievo Verona with 20 minutes remaining. Corner gets swung in by the Chievo Verona man. Heads out. Hetamai, I think that's how I pronounce his name. Hetamai, I'm pretty sure it's Hetamai. But anyway, it gets punched out the corner by Donnarumma. Head to match Kepsler takes the touch with the left foot, blasts the ball into the top corner from outside the penalty area. The number 56, with one of the best goals we've had scored against us in this series, or one of the best goals we would have seen in this series. Obviously, it's not going to be in the goal of the season goal because it was scored by us. But that's definitely the best goal we've seen in this series so far, and it comes from an opposition player. Anyway, we would have our last chance there, that free kick from, I believe it was Bonaventura, but it goes over the bar, and it does finish Milan 1, Chievo Verona 1. So disappointing, 2 draws in today's episode against Fiorentina and Chievo Verona. That is, of course, disappointing to slip up in those 2 games, but we'll try and bounce back from that in the next episode. If we can beat Juventus, we will go top of the table, and you'll see that when you look at the league table in just a second or so. Anyway, Romagnoli comes to us and says he wants a pay rise, so we do offer him a contract extension with his wage bumped up to 45 grand a week, which is nothing for a player of his quality and potential as well. So anyway, if you look at the league table here, we're on 56 points, so are Juventus. Roma are 59 with a game in hand, or with a game more played. If we beat Juventus in the next game, we will go top of the table because we'll go ahead of Roma on goal difference. And you will see that game in the next episode as we face them in Genoa. So stay tuned for the next episode of the Man Career Mode very soon.